Hello, my name is Richard Williams Peters III. Between 1982 and 1987, I was stuck here in Parsons, Kansas. It used to be Topeka State Hospital in Topeka, Kansas, a facility which I never did belong. When I was about 7 years old and 8 years old, Children Family Services, Children Rehabilitation Services, Social Rehabilitation Services for CPS had basically um, decided my fate for me without any explanation to why it is that I am being imprisoned as a child victim who is supposed to be child protective. So it doesn't make any sense for government. And Topeka, Kansas can pay me, I would say, a good $200 million. Now that'd be great for false child imprisonment, child endangerment, false child protection services. See, social services who are female, they love humiliating male children. They do not like males by their actions. Now, when I was a little boy, I came from a home that was broken, and a lot. And in 1981, it was a Monday, May 18th, 1981. I was 6.5 years old, not even not even seven really. And the social worker named Joyce Hamlet comes and picks me up from Galena Elementary and decided, okay, we're going to put you in foster care. We're going to put you in this home. Basically, the home that I went to was very abusive, so it didn't make any difference one way or the other whether they put me in foster care or not. They were going to hit me with a belt for throwing up in bed. I mean, seriously, no child needs to be beaten because they threw up in bed. Most of the time, children are weak and they can't really get up and respond to their natural body feel. It's called distress. Now, as far as I'm concerned, if I had the heart to do so, I would want a nuclear bomb Topeka State, Kansas, right here. Just bomb the shit out of it, because people don't have the right to do abuse on me and do harmful things to me, and especially sexual abuse. They didn't have the right to do that either. Now, Topeka, Kansas, when had basically CPS there had basically institutionalized me for however many years from 1982 on up. Now, Topeka State Hospital had full-grown mid-adults from 14 all the way to 18 years old. Now, to a 7-year-old child and an 8-year-old child is not going to go out soliciting for sex, okay? For any motherfucker who believes that shit deserves to be shot in the head. And that's just my opinion. Any woman or social worker or any government official who goes to assume, oh, he was the perpetrator, is a 7-year-old boy who keeps threatening to do harm to someone because he wanted sex. Kids don't even think that way. And it's kind of sickening how the government sits here and ignores it and perpetrates the victim to being the perpetrator. And they treat children like they're adults, which is quite insane. And I understand now why people want to kill social workers and want to execute social workers and so forth. These women are just nasty and they're garbage, realistically. I mean, the Children Family Services Network is a fraud, and they don't really care about the safety of children. What they do care about is um, is destroying the lives of children to begin with, and that's what they do. Um, they don't have any really concerns about the well-being of the child. They have the means to make as much money as they possibly can and have no morals. Kansas Department of Ag and Disability Service. Me, I'm not even a disabled American citizen. But for over nearly 39 years, I have been a victim of this agency, of this government agency. This government agency likes to alienate children into being sex predators before 9 years old. How does a 9-year-old engage in sexual behavior? They don't. See, the thing is the big cover-up scam by social workers who alienate children who are victims, and that's what they do. Now, Topeka, Kansas can, like I said, can pay me about 250 million, 200, 500 million. I don't care. I deserve to be rich, wealthy, and healthy. I also deserve to be happy, be able to explore the world, go fly into Europe, go fly into Russia. I deserve to be rich because, see, I can go places like to European country, go to the Philippines like I am today, and people like me deserve to be happy. We're not criminals, and they have given, I mean, they're allowing state facilities like Parsons State Hospital and Training Center to do experiments for sex offender crimes. Please, why would I want to be a sex offender? See, the thing is about the Children Welfare Services is they allow criminal behavior to take place on children in state institutional facilities. And I am that surviving victim who could tell you those to be facts. Now, from May 18th, 1981, all the way to August 23rd, 1995, as a child victim survivor, as an adult, this government agency are just a bunch of group of bully women who just don't care for anything really. And as far as I'm concerned, every single last one of them deserve to be extreme terrorist assault. I don't care what anyone says. I don't even have a prison record to my name, nor have I ever done anything criminal to anyone. I am usually pretty friendly, but, life has become more suck because of the simple fact that I want to graduate college. So why would I want to commit crimes against people? There's better things in this world to do. Like me, I want to go for adventure, not a jail cell. And government sat here and destroyed everything about me before I was even 12 years old. The Children Welfare Service Network is a fraud. And as far as I'm concerned, Topeka, Kansas, the capital, needs to pay $200 million or $200.5 million. I don't really care, but they need to pay me because I don't deserve to be treated and abused and sexually abused and slapped around, punched around, called names, and all that. No child deserves that crap. And this was going on from 1981 all the way to August 23rd while in custody of the Children Family Service Welfare Services, who basically kept insisting, oh, you need to be here in the institution where you're safe. These bitches need to be killed, and I don't give a shit what anyone says. Okay, these Children Family Service social workers, they need to have their throat cut, buried into the ground, and left there. That's where these bitches belong. People like me do not go around raping children, raping women, raping little boys, raping little girls, robbing banks, robbing cars, stealing old women's purses. We don't do this shit. We're stuck with nothing because of this government agency. So Topeka, Kansas needs to pop out a check from the Department of Children and Family Services and pay my ass. Quit being scared, quit being cowards, take responsibility and accountability for your bullshit. I was a good child. I would have been in the Air Force. I would have been serving the country today by being in the Air Force or being in the Army or by any means. It's insane. The Department of Children and Family Services of Kansas needs to pay for the fraudulent records and disability record and claims and so forth. I was actually not a mild retarded person at all. The documents which were written basically reflect my future and destroyed my future by far. And the $2.5 million needs to be fucking paid. And I don't care what anyone says. I was a victim of child abuse. You should have adopted me to Tim and Sue Colley at Wichita, Kansas at 422 South Woodchuck. Tim and Sue Colley, especially Sue, was a witness at the time when they did not allow her to even know where I was. I mean, we all assumed that I was going to be adopted to Tim and Sue Colley back in 1982. But no, the social workers wanted to lock me up in an institutional facility where psychiatric doctors had told these motherfuckers, don't put him in a fucking institution. Hell, they even tried to put me into this K&I system. As far as I'm concerned, it's the neurological system in Topeka, Kansas. It says Veterans Affairs and Medical Center, but somewhere around here was a center called the Neurological Center. And it was insane to be placed in a facility, in an institutional facility, at the age of 6 goddamn years old, or 7 years old. It was insane. was being molested in Booth Memorial. No, we just turn a blind eye, no problem. We'll just put it off on the victim. Topeka, Kansas needs to pay compensation to me and to the rest of their victims for placing us in an unsafe place and environment, which was in a Topeka State Hospital, and that's what they need to do. They need to pay us. I need to be paid so that I can go on with my life and let go and move on and be healthy and wealthy as I deserve. Topeka, Kansas, pay me $2.5 million damn dollars. That's 205 million dollars needs to be paid to Richard Williams Peters III for your incompetencies to comprehend human rights, human language, and fraud. You need to pay it.